supported by
The red and white colors of our flags are not the only things that Indonesia and Poland have in common. Both countries have experienced occupation and fought for independence and unity. Moreover, relations between the two countries have survived many regime changes since it was established in the late 1950s. Today, despite global economic downturn, both Indonesia's and Polish economies is on a positive trend, and the two countries have agreed to expand trade and investment through various programs. I asked Iwona Czochnowska, Director of Foreign Investment Department from the Polish Information and Foreign Investment Agency, on investment opportunities in the country. So, Iwona, say an Indonesian company wishes to invest in Poland, what kind of things can they look forward to, especially in terms of the investment climate?
An Indonesian company certainly should look at Poland as a center of Europe, offering access to 500 million of inhabitants, potential consumers in Western Europe, but also being a promising launching pad to Eastern market. And we should not forget that Poland as internal market is developing very dynamically. So Indonesian company can certainly produce and offer products and services to the local market. The business environment and economic climate is very positive in Poland. Polish economy grew during the crisis and continues to grow at a very dynamic pace. Moreover, a company will find here qualified people with a lot of skills in different fields, speaking many foreign languages. And last but not least, we should remember about encouragement, so sweeteners like incentives that is comprised of tax holidays, but also direct subsidies that could be offered to companies. A large base of suppliers is also an asset a company should not forget about.
How easy it is to actually set up business, getting licenses? I mean, are there problems with red tape and bureaucracy?
Not really. It changed enormously. In recent years, Polish government insisted enormously on facilitating to companies to run business. That's why all the procedures were shortened. A lot of things can be done via internet, so I don't think that it could pose any problem to Indonesian companies.
Now you want to attract foreign direct investment to Poland. How about investing outside of Poland, particularly in the eastern part of the world, such as in Indonesia? Is this a strategy that Poland is actually looking at?
Absolutely. That's why the agency is helping Polish companies to go abroad, not only with products, but also with manufacturing operations. Indonesia is perceived as a very prospective market, but still maybe not very well known. That's why education is extremely important, and certainly Polish government will encourage and help companies to set up in locations like Indonesia.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
The formerly close relations between Indonesia and Eastern European countries, including Poland, during President Sukarno's time in the 60s, have left some legacy here in Warsaw. Andrzej Wawrzyniak once was a Polish diplomat in Indonesia back in the 1960s, and an ardent collector of Indonesia's arts and crafts. His Kris dagger collection is one of the largest outside of Indonesia, earning him the name Nusantara from former President Sukarno for his effort to promote Indonesian arts and culture in Poland. There is also the Warsaw Gamelan Group, formed by a bunch of mostly Polish former students in Indonesia who continue to retain their affection for the country by learning the gamelan music and traditional dances, as well as staging performances in Poland to local audiences. Something that the Indonesian ambassador to Poland, Darmansyah Jumala, appreciates, as these people too become good ambassadors of Indonesia through their interest and affection for the country. An affection that cannot be belittled. A Polish young woman I meet even remember how disappointed her father was when he did not receive the Garuda watch that she heard was promised by the Indonesian government under the Sukarno era to everyone born on the 17th of August.
I actually think that Indonesia took some inspirations from Poland, especially during the period of Gerakan Mahasiswa tahun 98. There was many of my friends who were back then activists in Forum Kota or other student organizations. They would take Lech Wałęsa and Solidarność as their inspiration, and then it somehow lives there. Like anyone that I'd be talking to in Indonesia, they would upon hearing that I'm from Poland, they would know Lech Wałęsa, and then I mean everyone. There would be students, there would be becak drivers as well. Just everyone recognizes this name. So this is actually Indonesia had this kind of lesson from Poland, but then there is something that we can be learning now, and then in a way following Indonesia, because Indonesia is still learning this at the moment. Is this some kind of way to accept differences? You have huge problems with that, but then you have also huge movements to embrace the differences, the religious differences, the ethnic differences, the cultural differences. Very strong advocacy for that, and very brave people who are doing that, very, very brave people who are fighting for democratization and then for freedom in Indonesia. This is amazing, and then I think that this bravery and this kind of kejujuran intellectual, this is just something that we could learn from you here. Ayah saya lahir pada tanggal 17 Agustus, dan setahu saya setiap orang yang dilahirkan pada tanggal itu dikasih jam Garuda dari Istana Presiden, dan ayah saya sudah 58 tahun menunggunya, walaupun udah beberapa kali minta di kedutaan, tapi jamnya belum sampai. Ya, saya paham ada sesuatu seperti budaya jam karet, tapi mohon jam Garudanya segera terbang ke sini.
So what have I learned from my trip to Poland? Well, despite its grim and difficult past, Poland has emerged as a success story in Europe. It is now a modern and dynamic city, and while the rest of Europe is still feeling the impact from the economic crisis, Poland is not only resilient towards the crisis, but has also managed to post positive growth. And that's all for this episode. Don't forget to join me next month, where we go to other places and meet people who make a difference to our lives, here on Face to Face with Daisy Anwar, bringing you the world.